January isn't too early. It is a month most gardeners quietly give away. While your neighbors are flipping through seed catalogs, watching garden videos, and telling themselves, "I'll start when spring gets here," you could already be weeks, even months ahead of them. And that head start changes everything. Because planting in January isn't about being impatient, it's about understanding how time really works in the garden. If you start now, your harvest comes early. If you wait, you compete with pests, heat, drought, and grocery stores charging $3 for a single tomato. Before we go any further, let me ask you something, and I genuinely love your answer in the comments. Have you ever wished your garden produced earlier or lasted longer into the year? If that's you, make sure you subscribe to Golden Garden Vault right now. This channel is for gardeners who want real food security, not just a few summer vegetables. And if this video helps you even a little, tap the like button. It tells YouTube to show this wisdom to other gardeners who need it. Now let's begin. Today, I'm sharing 14 powerful crops you should start in January, crops that quietly separate gardeners who struggle from gardeners who harvest steadily month after month. And as you listen, don't rush. This isn't a checklist. It's a mindset shift. Crop number 1, onions, the quiet foundation. Onions, started from seed in January, don't just grow, they store. One planting can give you an entire year's supply of one of the most used ingredients in your kitchen. Most people wait until spring and plant onion sets because it feels easier. But here's the truth seasoned gardeners know. Onions grown from seed are larger, stronger, and store longer. Sow onion seeds indoors in trays with good potting mix. Keep them around 65 degrees F near a bright window. When they develop their second leaf, gently separate them and space them out. By early spring, they're ready for the garden, and by late summer, they're feeding you. Onions don't look impressive while growing, but they quietly eliminate weekly grocery trips.
Crop number 2, leeks, food that waits for you. Leeks are one of the most underappreciated crops in the garden, yet they may be one of the most valuable. When you start leeks in January, you're planting for a season when almost nothing else is available. Leeks grow slowly and deliberately, building thick stems that become sweeter after exposure to cold. What makes leeks special isn't just their flavor, it's their timing. They don't demand immediate harvest. You can leave them in the soil for months, pulling them as needed, even in winter. Start them indoors the same way as onions, but remember that leeks are grown for their long white shafts. When transplanting, place them deep into holes and water them in without backfilling. As rain and irrigation naturally fill the hole, the stem blanches itself. Leeks teach a powerful gardening lesson. Food doesn't always need to be rushed or stored. Sometimes it simply waits. Crop number 3, tomatoes. Timing is everything. Tomatoes reward gardeners who understand timing more than almost any other crop. Starting tomatoes in January isn't about eagerness, it's about strategy. Tomatoes need weeks to build strong stems, deep roots, and the internal structure required to carry heavy fruit later on. Sow seeds indoors in clean containers with fresh seed starting mix. Warmth matters here. Tomatoes germinate best when daytime temperatures hover around 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Once they sprout, light becomes critical. Weak light early leads to weak plants later. As the seedlings grow, transplanting them into larger pots encourages root development. Each transplant strengthens the plant, preparing it for months of production. Gardeners who start late often wonder why their plants struggle. The answer is almost always time, and January gives tomatoes exactly that. Crop number 4, peppers, slow but generous. Peppers operate on their own clock, and that clock moves slowly. From germination to harvest, peppers demand warmth and patience. January planting allows you to meet those demands without stress. Pepper seeds should be started in small pots or trays and kept consistently warm. Uneven temperatures cause poor germination and uneven growth. Once they sprout, Peppers prefer bright light and steady conditions. Sudden changes cause setbacks that can delay harvest for weeks. As they grow, pot them up gradually, allowing roots to fill each container before moving to the next size. This method builds resilient plants capable of producing heavily for months. By the time summer arrives, January-started peppers are already prepared to perform. Crop number 5. Eggplant. Heat lovers that need a head start. Eggplant is often misunderstood, not because it's difficult, but because it simply needs more time than most gardeners give it. Starting eggplant in January allows the plant to grow slowly and steadily, developing thick stems and deep roots long before outdoor conditions are suitable. Like peppers, eggplant needs warmth, light, and consistency. Any interruption, cold soil, low light, irregular watering, shows up later as reduced yields. Once transplanted into warm soil, well-established plants produce steadily. A handful of plants can supply an entire household throughout summer, especially when harvested regularly. Eggplant rewards gardeners who respect its pace. Crop number 6. Lettuce, the earliest reward. Lettuce is often seen as a summer crop, but winter varieties tell a different story. When sown in January under protection, lettuce grows slowly but continuously, building tender leaves while temperatures remain cool. This slow growth improves flavor and texture, producing lettuce far superior to anything shipped from a store. Sow seeds lightly and don't bury them deeply. Lettuce needs light to germinate. Keep the soil evenly moist and thin seedlings gently to avoid stress. Harvesting outer leaves allows plants to keep producing, stretching a single sowing over weeks. Lettuce may seem simple, but its timing makes it one of the most rewarding early crops. Crop number 7. Spinach, real nutrition. Spinach thrives where many crops fail. Cold temperatures encourage steady growth and prevent bitterness, making January the ideal time to establish it. Spinach grows quickly once conditions are right, providing dense nutrition just when your body needs it most. Sow seeds outdoors in mild climates or under protection elsewhere. Thin plants to allow airflow and strong leaf development. Harvest selectively or cut plants back to encourage regrowth. Spinach proves that productivity doesn't always require warmth, just the right timing.
Crop number 8. Kale, the survivor. Kale is the definition of resilience. Starting kale in January allows it to establish before pests and heat arrive. Once transplanted, it adapts to nearly any condition and continues producing long after other crops have faded. Harvesting outer leaves encourages continuous growth, and even after heavy cutting, kale rebounds quickly. Few crops offer as much reliability, nutrition, and flexibility. Kale doesn't demand perfection, it simply shows up. Crop number 9. Cauliflower. Timing is everything. Cauliflower succeeds or fails based on consistency. January sowing allows for slow, uninterrupted growth, which is essential for forming large, dense heads. Stress at any stage leads to poor results. Start seeds indoors, transplant gently, and provide rich soil and regular moisture. Avoid letting plants stall, even briefly. Cauliflower teaches patience and attentiveness, and rewards both generously. Crop number 10, celery, misunderstood but worth it. Celery's reputation for difficulty usually comes from neglecting its needs. It requires moisture, fertility, and time, all of which January planting provides. Germination is slow, so patience is essential. Once established, celery thrives in rich soil and consistent watering. Trenching and heavy composting mimic its natural environment. The result is crisp, flavorful stalks that far surpass store-bought celery. Crop number 14, peas, early joy. Peas thrive in cool soil and grow best when started early. January sowing under protection allows peas to establish before temperatures rise. Provide support early to prevent tangling and improve airflow. Fresh peas rarely make it indoors. Their sweetness is best enjoyed right in the garden. Crop number 12, broad beans, soil healers. Broad beans are both crop and soil builder. They tolerate cold, grow early, and improve soil fertility through nitrogen fixation. This makes them ideal for January planting. After harvest, leaving roots in place feeds future crops. Broad beans don't just feed you, they feed your garden. Crop number 13, garlic, a necessity, not a luxury. Garlic is a cornerstone of self-reliance. January planting in mild climates still produces worthwhile harvests. Garlic requires little care, stores well, and improves nearly every meal. Plant once, harvest once, and enjoy the results for months. Crop number 14, potatoes, preparation month. Preparation determines potato success. Chitting seed potatoes encourages strong early growth and higher yields. This simple step shortens time to harvest and improves overall performance. By the time planting season arrives, prepared potatoes are ready to grow immediately, no wasted time. These 14 crops aren't random. They cover early spring, summer abundance, fall storage, and winter survival. And here's the truth most people miss. Food security doesn't begin in spring. It begins when you plant while others wait. January isn't empty, it's powerful. If this guide helped you, tell me in the comments, which crop are you starting first? And remember, at Golden Garden Vault, we don't just grow plants, we grow independence. See you in the garden.